guys, so over the last few weeks the internet has pretty much gone into meltdown over a new ingredient that has featured in the Cantu Shea Butter Leave-In Conditioning Repair Cream, and that is the ingredient isopropyl alcohol, also known as rubbing alcohol. Now this isn't to be confused with other alcohols such as cetyl and stearyl, which are fatty alcohols and do no harm whatsoever to the hair. However, isopropyl is known to have a drying effect, so everyone is completely confused as to why it was added without anyone knowing. So I've done lots of research for you guys, so you guys can see for yourself if it's something you want to continue using or if you want to let it go. And I'm also going to do a test as well and do half my hair in Cantu and the other half in Shea Moisture, so you guys can see for yourselves if it does have a drying effect. So isopropyl alcohol is a type of alcohol solution which is characterized by it being high inflammability, it has a fast evaporation rate, and it has a strong odor. Now these can be beneficial or detrimental to the hair depending on what it's used for. So I'm quickly going to cover drying, which is what everyone's talking about the drying effects it has on the hair and the skin. Also, I'm going to talk about the fact that it can actually help ingredients absorb into the hair quicker. And then I'm also going to talk about the fact that it actually helps ingredients dry quicker on the hair as well. So in regards to actually drying out the hair and skin, having done research, isopropyl alcohol does have an extremely drying effect on the hair and human tissue. However, usually that only occurs when it's put on the hair or skin in its pure form. Now in regards to it being in products such as the Cantu Shea Butter, usually the amount is so small that it won't have any serious damage on the hair. But if it is in its purest form, yes, it does make your hair very dry, it will make it brittle and in the end eventually break. But again, depending on how much isopropyl is actually in this probably would depend on the actual effects. But usually in hair care products and skincare products, if it is in skincare products, the amount is usually so low that damage doesn't actually occur. So another reason why isopropyl alcohol is added to hair products is because it does actually help increase the absorption of other ingredients. So if you do actually have a lot of moisturizing hair ingredients in that hair product, it could actually potentially help those moisturizing products penetrate the hair follicle. However, because isopropyl is potentially very drying, it can inevitably make the hair drier than how it originally was. So finally, another reason why isopropyl alcohol is used in hair products is because it does actually help hair products dry on the hair really quickly without the use of heat. So in conclusion guys, having looked at the reasons why they put isopropyl in hair products and both the positives and negatives, I think it comes down to how much isopropyl is actually in each formula basically. I think there are positives for it, the fact that it does dry your hair a lot quicker and the fact that it does allow absorption of other products into the hair. But again, the main reason that this is a negative as well is because it can be very, very drying. So I'm going to do a test. I'm going to use half my hair in Cantu and the other half in Shea Moisture, which doesn't contain the isopropyl alcohol. And I'm going to see what the results are. Now, in the past, I have done a video on the whole Cantu range and I did really like the results. However, I haven't just used this by itself, and I think that maybe the other products could have masked the fact that this is drying. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to use this by itself and this by itself, and I'm going to give you guys the results. And hopefully we'll kind of get to see what happens. So let's go. So I'm going to be using the Cantu Shea Butter Leave-In Conditioning Repair Cream on this side of my hair, and the Shea Moisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil Strengthen and Restore Leave-In Conditioner on this side of my hair. Now, to prevent bias and for it to be fair, I have used this shampoo, which is the Palmer's Coconut Oil Formula Zero Break Cleansing Oil Shampoo. It doesn't belong to any of the ranges, meaning that it is going to be a fair test, which is what we like. We want a fair test. So I've used this already, and basically the Shea Moisture one does not contain the alcohol, the rubbing alcohol, and this of course does. So let me put it in my hair. So I'll put this in first. This is the Cantu Shea Butter. Oh, it's very thick again, I remember this. As you can see, it's thick. I mean, it feels creamy. It feels very creamy. And that's what I thought when I first tried this, to be honest. In my first impressions video, I thought it was super creamy, but maybe it was just masked by the other products, because the other products don't contain the rubbing alcohol. So let's see. So this is just how I would normally do it anyway, just throughout the hair. I'm usually quite heavy-handed, so that's what I'm going to do this time. There we go. I'm just going to make sure it's distributed evenly throughout. So this will be really interesting, guys, to see if there is a major difference. I've never just put leave-in conditioner in my hair and that's it alone, so this will be interesting to see how this dries. So let's see, just a little bit more. It does smell really good. I said that in my other video as well, that it smells amazing. And it is a really thick formula, which is what I do like about Cantu. I like the fact that their products are really thick. Okay, so that will do for this side. Next one is the Shea Moisture. Now this is a lot thinner, like so much thinner. The consistency, I don't know if you guys can see. See, so thin. Now this is usually my go-to conditioner, but I was going to convert, I'm not going to lie, to the Cantu until I heard about the uproar, so I'm just going to test this out myself, I suppose, and see what happens. I feel like you have to be a bit more heavy-handed with the Shea Moisture one, just because it's a lot thinner. So like, in order for my hair not to frizz, I feel like I do need to put a little bit more on. And that's it, guys. This also smells really nice. It doesn't smell like as nice as the Cantu, but I mean, it's not bad to smell. So, and that's it, guys. Off camera, I'm probably going to put my hair in 2 buns at the top and then leave this out, just because my hair is still really short on the crown and I don't think it's really going to be a fair representation of what the products can do. And then we're going to see what the results are. Is it going to dry? Is it not? Is it going to be the same? I don't know. Okay, so I'll speak to you in a bit. Bye, guys. So it's been a couple of hours now, guys, and this is the results. And I must say, I am actually quite surprised at kind of like the lack of difference. Like, it's only quite subtle differences that I've seen, and I did expect there to be like a massive difference, which, as you can kind of see, there isn't. So just to remind you, this is the Cantu side and this is the Shea Moisture side. So the main differences are the Cantu side, a bit more frizz. It did actually dry a lot quicker than the Shea Moisture side, which I would think is actually a positive, that it dried quicker, especially when you're in a rush and you're wanting to air dry your hair. The actual formula of this did actually mean that the hair did dry a lot quicker, and that is actually one of the positives of Isopropyl alcohol. It's actually designed to actually make the products on your hair dry a lot quicker. So that's good in regards to that. In regards to definition, the Shea Moisture Side 1, my curls are more defined on this side. Again, not by a huge amount, but they definitely are more defined on this side. Also, my hair is more glossy on this side. So kind of like in regards to definition and gloss, this definitely won. Now, in regards to dryness, yes, the Cantu side is drier than the Shea Moisture side. Not by a lot, not by like insane amounts. I expected this to be super dry and this to be super moisturized. This is super moisturized, but this still is moisturizing, just not as moisturizing as this side. Again, probably because the thickness of this probably helped, I'm not entirely sure. And again, you have to use less product for this one, which is a positive. Also, the Cantu side, it's actually kind of crunchy to touch compared to the Shea Moisture side, which has no crunch whatsoever. So basically, in conclusion, the overall winner, I would definitely say, is the Shea Moisture. However, I wouldn't actually rule out the Cantu. I'm not going to lie. I thought this would be quite an easy win, but it really isn't. Like, this does give you more definition and it does give you more moisture, but this is half price, like, compared to this, and it didn't do anything that was so crazy that I'd be like, I'm never going to use this again. Like, it still feels moisturized. Like I said, this is more moisturized, but this still does feel a bit more moisturized. And like I said, because it's half price, I don't know. And I like the fact that it does dry quicker as well. So yeah, I think the main thing to know really is how much isopropyl alcohol is in this. Like, is it obscene amounts? I doubt it, because the fact that my hair still feels moisturized on this side probably implies that there isn't like insane amounts. So yeah, that's kind of my conclusion. Would I use this again? Yes. Would I use this all the time? No. But if you kind of have it in your cupboard, guys, I wouldn't really say to stop using it completely. Like, for me, it still is moisturizing. So yeah, that's kind of my conclusion, guys. Let me know what you think, and if you guys can even notice a difference in the different sides of my hair. I can't really, to be honest. Like I said, this is a bit more moisturizing, but yeah, I hope this helped, and now you kind of know what isopropyl alcohol is, and it's helped you, and now you don't feel a bit less confused. And yeah, so I'll speak to you guys soon. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also click the bell button if you want to see every video of mine, because if you don't press the bell, basically you're only going to see random notifications as opposed to every single video that I upload. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Raquel Stewart. And yes, guys, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.